Welcome to Reflective Fashion Production. It's Fantastic Friday. It's important to have a positive affirmation and mental check-in, and this is my weekly with you. If you are back from our last chat, I hope you're doing fabulous, being focused and moving forward. If you're just scrolling through, hey, my name is Monica, and I'm like, there's so much that I really want to talk about. I'm actually sitting in my bed right now. I like this background here, and if you hear scratching noises, it's Prince in his room. He playing with his little bone that he got. So anyway, once it starts to get a little bit warmer again, I'm gonna go back outside because that's actually where I like to record Fantastic Friday, and it feels really good. So there's so much to talk about. But really, I really want to talk about something that I just think that's so important. Like when it comes to, self-awareness and just being aware of, just you in general, yourself and your surroundings. Like I really think it's important to just take care of you. And sometimes we forget to do that. And we also forget to stand up for ourselves. So, okay, so I want to talk about something because this is so bad. So I was just minding my business on Facebook and I just started to log back into social media. So I started with Snapchat, which I'm going to leave my link below. And I actually really do miss Snap. I miss snapping because, just the little fun things that go on and the filters. I really love that. So I'm going to leave my link below. And then I just logged back into TikTok. And with me logging back into TikTok, I was actually minding my business on Facebook. Now, it took me a minute to log back into Facebook. I actually logged back into Facebook December the 1st. That was my really good friend's birthday. And she was like, just this whole process of, grown and sexy. And that took me a really long time. So I'm still working on the grown and sexy part, as you see. But anyway, so December 1st, I logged back into Facebook. Now I was on Facebook and everybody was talking about this lady talking about who did she marry, right? So I'm like, who did she marry? And I'm looking at the comments and stuff like that. I'm like, what is going on? So I log back into TikTok. And I actually logged back into TikTok earlier this week. So shout out to me, I guess. I don't know. But as I logged back into TikTok, I just noticed that there were so many things that were going on. Stuff was muted. It looks funny. And I was like, ooh, Malia, what if I just did a little voiceover and was singing? And she's like, no, don't do that. But if somebody has muted videos, see if you can, screen record your TikToks and, sing on top of it and then move your body. Now that would be funny, especially if you're not gifted in the singing area. It would be funny, like JJ Fish almost. Anyway, so I log back in and I am watching this lady tell her story about who did she marry. Now, everybody is giving their content and talking about this lady and all the things that she's done wrong. And it's just like every day we have a relationship with ourselves. There are things that we do for ourselves, that we do for other people, that we don't realize it. So the relationship that we have with ourselves is something that should definitely be strong. And I just think that one of the things that she said in her video is that she wanted to be married. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that when you want that for yourself. Like me, for instance, I really want to be married. However, at the same time, I know that I've been in different relationships and there are different things that have happened. And I'm not the same person that I was when I was 21 years old and had, dreams of being married, creating a family. And on top of that, society has changed. So much has changed. However, but when you're stuck in that bottle of wanting to be married, it's like all things go out the window. So I noticed that that's what she said. And I also was paying attention to, like, when she's telling her story and she starts to clarify things, and people are really, you know, they're nasty in her comments. And to each his own, everybody's going to have their opinions and say what they want to say. But I really think it's important that people should start listening, not hearing to respond, but listening to understand. Because if you listen to understand versus hear to respond, so you're just hearing what they're saying and you're not paying attention to what's going on or the message, you're going to say something that's either inappropriate, not loud and wrong, or just not right. And I think that that comes across just overall, just period. So I really wanted to just make that about today. Just that positive affirmation for yourself is saying, I am worthy of me. I am worthy of, the relationship that I have with myself. I'm worthy of understanding my surroundings, because I think that that's important as well. What is going on? Who is he talking to? Like, he tripping. He does that from time to time. Which I can't wait until it gets warmer so we can go back outside. Because when we go back outside to the patio, like, he'll be able to come and go as he please, and I won't have to deal with his nonsense because he is out of control. So, but what I was trying to say is, I think it's important for us to really go back to self and take care of ourselves, because the relationships that we have definitely reflects that. And I don't think a lot of people really see that these days. Like, how you carry yourself is very important. I'm speaking from experience because I caught myself. So there was one point that I was, just having a hard time and I was in a dark place. And then there's another time where I literally was just like, I don't understand what is going on. Like, this is not what we talked about. Like, why am I confused? Because this is not what's taking place. And as the months went on, I started to realize, Monica, you tripping real hard, and you need to take care of you. And sometimes we forget that because, our feelings get hurt when emotions are high, logic is low, and we definitely need to take some time to think. I'm trying to figure out if he's barking at me or if somebody's at our door. That's what he does. Like, if he doesn't get his way, Prince is spoiled. And a lot of people laugh at me because I'm like, that's my puppy son. If I told you the stories that he does, this is not a Prince Tales. So we'll have to do a Prince Tales, and I got some stories to tell just with this week alone. Prince has lost his mind. But let's get back to just making it about ourselves. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that day to where we take care of ourselves. And just, I could just be honest with you. This last week, from Friday to Friday, it has been nonstop on the go for me. Like, if it's Malia, if it's working, if it's just trying to maintain a training schedule for Prince, it has not been about me. And I think that as a parent is really important. That as a person is important. Like, we don't take the time to take care of ourselves. And I really noticed that. Like, a lot of people will, make a decision, say, for instance, maybe enhancing something. They'll make that decision, and I've seen a few videos where it's like, well, I made this mistake and I want to take it out. But if you had a better relationship with yourself, would you have made that decision to do that in the first place? And I think it's also important to, go to therapy. And a lot of people will say, oh, therapy is crazy and all this other stuff. I'm at this big age of 38, and I can tell you that I've been in and out of therapy since I was 16 years old, and it is a good thing for me to have. It's a good thing for me to have, because if I'm going on a regular basis and if I'm actually working towards, bettering myself, it helps. It definitely helps. It doesn't, it doesn't make me feel crazy. It helps me, maintain, you know, the way that I want to carry myself. And I'm in this process of trying to expand my vocabulary, and it's very hard because it's just like, oh my gosh, that is not the word that I want to say. However, I've noticed that a lot of the words that we use today, the the definitions are miraculously changing. No, they are still the same. They're still the same in what they mean. Like, I, Malia was laughing at me, but that song that Ice Spice has, you're not even, I don't even know. Something about a fart in the shit. Listen, farts stink, and so does shit. And even though sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, are you really? Like, do you really want to put that in the atmosphere like that? Like, just say, you feeling yourself, you feel good, you feel amazing. Like, change your verbiage, because how you talk about yourself is how you will be looked at towards the world, like inside and out. I've always said that beauty is skin deep, because it really is. Like, you could be the most beautiful person and your outer shell may not be the best, but your qualities inside just outweighs that. And that's important. That's a huge thing to even understand or know. Like, if you get it. And my dad used to say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Is it really? Is it really? Because anybody can hold, that means anybody can hold beauty, and that's exactly what's going on today. Think about it. The standards of beauty are in someone else's hands. Why, when there are so many people out there that have a beautiful heart that will help you no matter what, even if they're having a hard time. And I was actually in a session the other day, and I realized something, that like, when people say check on your strong friends, that is really important. Like, check on those people who always are smiling even when things are hard. Check on people that make you smile in your hardest times. When you do that, you just, hey, how are you doing today? I'm telling you, that goes a long way. You may be having a hard time and they make you laugh. I think it's important. I think that's very important. If you're having a hard time, find something that makes you smile. I mean, it definitely makes a difference in the day, in your surroundings, in your environment. It definitely gives you a different perspective on life in general. There was so much else that I wanted to say, and I didn't write any of this down, which I need to start doing because I think that that's important. But I really just wanted to get on here and say we all should better our relationships within ourselves. I think that's the number one thing that we should definitely do. Know your worth and know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, just don't go around, questioning other people about their worth. That's not okay. That doesn't, what does that do? What does that accomplish? And then one more thing, stand up for yourself. Even if it's in a room full of people, make sure you stand up for yourself. And I'm going to leave it at that because I do have a full podcast that I'm going to record, and my plan is to post it on Sunday. So I'm going to leave my podcast, the link below. However, standing up for yourself, even if it's in the room full of people, it's okay. It's just how you do it. That's going to be my next podcast. And I'm really going to, make a better effort with putting out podcasts as well. So I'm going to jump off of here. But the point of this video is make sure that you have a better relationship with yourself. Be the change that you want to be. Like, be that change. Like, really embody what self-awareness really is. I think that that's so important, like knowing self. So I'm going to jump off of here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sharing is caring. And also just drop a comment below. Yeah, I read them. I also read the emails. I'm going to leave the email in the link below as well. I'm going to leave everything in the link below in the description box. I'm going to do my best to do that because we have a lot of content coming and there's just so many things that are happening. I'm so excited. So I hope you have a fantastic Friday. Remember, take care of yourself.